Hello, everyone, and welcome to this XDC Network AMA series. Now, we started this XDC Network Ask Me Anything series with our various partners and the app teams who have built their projects or who are building their projects on the XinFin XDC network. And the objective here is to kind of create an awareness on the XDC network ecosystem with its partners, with the project owners, with the different stakeholders, including you, the community people. And when I talk about the project owners and the partners, etc., I'm talking also about their portfolios, their product offerings, etc., to share it within the community, within the ecosystem. And the objective is to grow this whole ecosystem together to scale the community. So that's about this XDC AMA series. Now, a little bit of introduction about myself. My name is Meenu, and I am a technology evangelist. I do help founders kind of scale their scale their community, build up their ecosystem. I help them to evangelize their technology. And I do have a blockchain podcast, which goes by the name of Blockchain Hustle. And being my own advocate, I would strongly recommend you to go and give it a listen. It's available on all the usual channels, which is YouTube, Podbean, Apple, Google, and others. So let's start with an introduction on the topic for today's session. We are talking about decentralized cloud storage. Now, we all know about these cloud storage entities like your Amazon, your Dropbox, OneDrive, Google Drive, and a few others, right? Now, these are centralized entities. They are owned and the network is run by these centralized entities. And these entities or these networks, they come with their own pros and cons, whether in terms of the cost, in terms of reliability, in terms of the security, privacy, and other things. And now, with the advent of blockchain technology, what we are seeing is a trend towards decentralized cloud storage. And this is a system essentially in which people are incentivized to lend their untapped storage space to a decentralized or autonomous node network. And by doing so, they do get rewarded by participating in this network. They do get rewarded. And the users, they get to store their data in a decentralized and in a secure, reliable way. So that's what basically the decentralized cloud storage is all about. But we will speak about this in a little bit more detail with our guest of today, who is Handy Barot, who is the founder of the StorX network. Hi, Handy. A very warm welcome to you to this XDC AMA series.
Thank you very much, Minu. It's pleasure meeting you online first time. How
Pleasure
are
to
you?
meet you, Handy. I'm good. Thanks. So you're taking this call from Dubai, right?
Yeah. From Dubai, it should be a good internet. But we
I
saw
do
it
hope
just
it's a
camera
safe.
sometimes stops.
Okay, fine. At least we should have an audio, if not a video later.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Harry, can I just start or kick off this session if I can request you with a brief introduction about your background, about yourself, and then a little bit about Storex?
Okay, my background, well, we have a IT background, I mean, since the 20 years. And about myself, well, I do all adventurous sports, scuba diving, or you can say skiing, downhill biking, motorcycling, and stuff like that. But mostly into adventurous sports and technology. That's all, and that's how I kept when I was traveling. One of the thing. So when I used to travel in Africa or Scandinavia and even in India, there is a place Goa where you meet all everybody from the world. So we kept discussing about technology, and that's how also this idea also came about decentralized storage space, how it's more secure, safe compared to cloud.
Okay, and that's how Storex came into the picture.
Yeah, that's how, like, we discussed it. I also gave the same answer in my first interview in investing.com, because while traveling you meet, and then sometimes the conversation goes to technology, and when the cyber attacks happens, how you can prevent them. So this is one of the way for a safer and secure data
Hmm.
storage,
Hmm. Okay.
decentralized way. Yeah.
Yeah. So can you say a few more lines or maybe share a little bit more information about StorX?
Yeah, StorX is a decentralized, and now everybody knows that. I have said this a million times, uh, but let me tell you in a different way, so that people who haven't heard about this can understand it in a very easy way. So, what happens in a cloud storage is when you upload a file, it just goes up and it stays there. While in
Hmm.
decentralized storage network, it gets fragmented and splits, and it goes into multiple locations. So
Hmm.
basically, it's a decentralized cloud storage network. StorX empowers user to store their data securely uh, on a cloud. But the difference is, compared to cloud, in StorX, when you upload a file, it gets encrypted into multiple fragments to autonomous storage, and it goes into no particular operator. It just goes worldwide, and it is that, so there is no control for a one person.
Okay. So which
Yeah.
would basically imply that no one storage provider or operator or
Yes, yes,
would have access to the data.
yes. So Storex is it's like no individual operator. It's the all the file goes to different nodes, and nobody knows this.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
That is the way we created this so private and so secure. In future,
Hmm.
you will see how world is going to use this kind of network, and it is
Okay.
more compared to the legacy cloud. It is it is faster. Also, it allows users to spare their extra space and earn hosting rewards or great returns.
Hmm.
Which we call it node.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Compared to centralized cloud, it also saves cost in a long term.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So thanks, Hanny, for that introduction. So let me just get on to the questions from the community because that's what
Yeah.
this Q&A session is for. And
Okay.
I must say, we've got a lot of questions from the community, and
Okay.
it's a kind of a mixed sentiments. So
Okay. Okay.
I'm telling you beforehand.
Okay.
So let me take the first question, which has garnered a lot of response from the community,
Mm-hmm.
and that is around, I guess, around 1900 farmer nodes. They went
Mm-hmm.
down in a very short time.
Hmm.
And just so that we are aligned, my understanding is farmer nodes are like they are servers which people rent from your VPS, the virtual, what should I say, the private service,
ISP.
right?
Yeah, ISP. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they lent the space to the network and StorX network in this case, and these are the guys who are called the storage providers,
Correct.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
so having established that, so the question is that there were around 1900 farmer nodes that just went down in a short time.
Mm-hmm.
Could you just explain to the community, and there were a lot of problems and issues which were seen by the community, which they expressed in that. Can you explain for the community as to what exactly happened?
So first of all, Storex is completely driven by technology. There is no
Yeah.
human or manual intervention.
Hmm.
So from the day one, this is
Hmm.
the it was always like this. Storex ecosystem thrives on a Storex node providers, and that is the reason from the beginning we
Hmm.
kept the very low staking amount.
Hmm.
That was from the day first, and that is the reason
Hmm.
we got so many nodes in such a less time. Like you could say July, we got listed, and we had so many nodes in just 3 to 4 months. But what happened is that after a particular time, some of the nodes were not so healthy. Now, it is very important to keep a healthy reputation when you have a node, and
Hmm.
it is always online. And we had always been informing the storage node operators to keep healthy reputation,
Hmm.
uh, so that they can stay aware. Even from the beginning we were telling them, but now what happened was that storage node operator keep a healthy reputation is not so easy. Maybe because it doesn't work like that. You have to do something every day. You have to check. I mean, not every day, but from time to time, like 2 3 days, 4 days, you have to see that whether the node is true or false. It means it's healthy or it's not healthy. So
Mm,
now suddenly people continuously ranking lowers in their reputation,
mm,
and it is a complete threat to the ecosystem. It posed a
mm.
very dangerous threat to the whole ecosystem. Like other nodes were working fine, now some nodes were not working fine, and so this is we have a testimonials also that once they finish the criteria, once they fulfill the criteria, some were
Mm,
very kind node operators. They posted
mm.
very how do you
So
say
you,
this?
you speak about the criteria. Does that
Yeah, yeah,
criteria
yeah.
change?
Hello, can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I said you spoke about the criteria.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did not meet the criteria. Does that criteria change?
No, criteria is same from the day one, but see the now how can I explain you that what changed? We always
Ah,
recommend checking criteria to keep node healthy and wait for your node to gain reputation. Now,
okay.
how do you do
Mm,
that? There are so many things, like you can ensure nodes are online 24/7, 365. You can ensure that you have a sufficient number of storage and StorX tokens are there in your staking wallet.
mm,
Select multiple location, ensuring the server is not concentrated on with the same ISP. Avoid running multiple blockchain nodes concurrently with SRX storage nodes. All these factors will help node to stay healthy. But
okay.
I mean, this is from the beginning. It is
Mm,
there. Nothing
okay.
nothing got changed.
Mm. So when you mentioned about staking and you mentioned about the earlier nodes, right?
Mhm.
So I understand that there is a certain amount of a minimum number of SRX, the StorX tokens, which are needed to run a farmer node, right? Hello, Handy, are we there? Hello, Handy, is that network okay for you? Handy, we have just completely lost you here. Hi, are we back? Handy, maybe if you can just remove your video and we just get the audio, then the bandwidth might be a better one here. Hello, Handy. Hello, Handy. Maybe if you just log out and log back again.
Can you hear me?
Now you're back. Yep, I was just going to.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
so
just
Handy,
for the safer side, I try to put camera off for a
yeah,
minute so we can
please
hear
go
each
ahead.
other.
Yeah,
And let
sure,
me know if you can hear me.
sure.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. We
Okay,
can.
go on. Ask me. What
Okay.
were your question?
So yeah, so I was just saying that when I looked up onto the website, the Storex website about the staking amount,
Okay.
it talks about a minimum of 5,000 SRX.
Okay.
But I understand also from the thread of questions and the earlier conversations, etc.,
Okay.
that when you started it,
Yeah.
4 5 months back or whatever, right? When
Yeah.
you started it, the minimum amount was around 1,000, right?
That's true.
So what happens about what about the nodes which have got this 1,000 token staking? and which are still awaiting the reputation.
Okay, so see, we have always recommend checking the criteria to keep the node healthy. Wait for your node to gain reputation and again and serve the network again. So there are some people who were kind enough to announce their node reactivation on social channels. I
Hmm.
even know their name by heart, Mr. Blockchain 22. Then there is guy called something Cryptcoj 22, and then there is guy called Man from Risk. So they also
Hmm.
had 1,000 token nodes, and now they finish the criteria, they fulfill the criteria, and their reputation again came up, and
Hmm.
there are
Hmm.
still other. See, I have some friends in Holland, they also stake for 1,000 tokens. Okay, so their
Hmm.
node never went down.
Hmm.
so
Hmm. Hmm.
so once you fulfill the criteria, and see, testimonies are available on internet, it's on the social
Hmm.
channels also.
Hmm. So, Harry, tell me something. Before a node is taken out because of the bad reputation or whatever reason,
No, it is not
is there
taken
a
out.
warning given?
No, Minu, let me
Yeah.
correct you. It is not taken out. It is made ineligible for the hosting rewards. Nodes are still
Okay.
there.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Thanks for correcting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is there. But it is
Hmm.
ineligible for hosting rewards, which we give
Hmm.
every month, which is
Okay.
750 SRX tokens. But node
Okay.
is still there. So some also there are some cases where they did nothing, but their node
Hmm.
just reputation went down, and then again it came up also after some time. And then some
Hmm.
people they had to
Hmm.
finish this criteria by either staking more or checking the ensure the server OS and the security patches are up to date, etc., which I already explained you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Hani, I do understand that because they do not meet the criteria which had been shared with them, and the node gets ineligible for those taking for those rewards.
Hmm.
But my question is, do these nodes or these storage providers, do they get a warning before that happens?
No, look, this is completely, there is no manual something where you can give a warning. Like if there is
Okay.
a,
Uh,
some, like, for how do I give you example now? It just runs, like I said in my first line, it is completely
Hmm.
driven by technology. There is no manual intervention.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
It is like that. Storex ecosystem thrives on achieving maximum number of
Hmm.
storage node providers. And that is the
Hmm.
whole idea from the first day.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like
Okay.
it is not like a switch where you
Hmm.
can put it on and off.
Hmm. 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 So, Harry, you have mentioned this word reputation a lot of times, right? So, my understanding is that this reputation is a metric for the node's performance, for the reliability. Is that correct? Hello, Andy. Hello, hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think we lost you in between. I was
Okay.
just saying
Yeah.
about the reputation because that is so important and vital in all this play.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, my understanding of the reputation is it's a metric which is it's a metric for the node's performance for its reliability.
Okay.
And how is this decided? Are there some algorithms which decided because it's
Yes.
decentralized, as you
And it
mentioned?
is public. Algorithm is there.
Hmm.
It's public
Hmm.
from the day one. And
Hmm.
see
Hmm.
what again you have to understand.
Hmm.
This network has grown so big in such a short time. So
Hmm.
as Storex network evolves, the reputation systems keeps getting more mature.
Yeah. Yeah.
It getting
Hmm.
more complex,
Hmm. Hmm.
and
Hmm.
nobody knows this.
Hmm.
That
So
at
because there
what
are
no
sorry.
at what amount of time it will get complex, what amount of time it is mature. In order to achieve reputation, there are certain requirements which is storage node operator need to ensure. We had briefed them. The link is available on our blogs and across social, all the media. You can
Hmm.
also compare node reputation with the hashing mechanism of any
Hmm.
blockchain like BTC or Ethereum. As the system evolved,
Hmm.
even in BTC or Ethereum, the
Hmm.
complexity kept increasing,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
compute requirement for the mining tokens kept rising.
Hmm. Hmm.
It
Hmm.
is going to be like this because
Hmm.
it is getting bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
understand that reputation comes at a cost because you have to maintain that network. And the
correct.
more complex that network becomes,
Correct.
the more costly it becomes to you. So tell me
Exactly.
something.
Hmm.
Why does a node take time to get a reputation, to gain
Uh,
reputation?
why it takes time? Because see, it is such a mature now. It's getting more and more mature and more complex. Before it used to take 24 hours.
Hmm, hmm, hmm,
On the first month, let's say not even first month, up till 1.5 or 2 months, it used to take just 24 hours
hmm, hmm,
because it was
hmm,
new. So when people save their data, suddenly they get reputation, the node operators.
hmm.
Okay. In a very simple way, I'm telling you, it is not so simple, but
Uh-huh.
just to give you example that why in the beginning node reputation it increased so fast, and now if people have to wait for 7 days. See, they have to check that if Storex is the node is true or false every day now, because suddenly it can change into from 0 to 1,000 or even like that, because it is not in our hand. People save their data and you get reputation.
Hmm,
So when you create a node, you are giving a space, you are giving a
hmm.
storage space to
Yeah.
somebody. Now when who uploads data, how do we know?
Hmm,
So it is available for the user, whoever is using it. So it is like that. And we had what, like I told you that they have to really ensure that server OS security patches are up to date, select multiple location, ensuring the server is not concentrated or with the same ISP, avoid running multiple blockchain also, uh,
hmm,
concurrently with the SRX nodes and stuff like that. All these factors will help node to stay healthy.
hmm, hmm, hmm. So how can I see my node's reputation? Is there some kind of a dashboard or something that I can view my reputation
Yes,
and so forth?
yes. It is there
Okay.
in farmer.storage.io. You can always see when you log in, when you put a
Hmm,
private key, you can see that
hmm,
how is your reputation now.
hmm,
Then
hmm.
what is
Okay.
the, I mean, position of your node? Is it true or false? And it
Hmm,
usually, you see, it's very rarely it happens that it changes from drastically, but
hmm,
now it is so mature. Now we have to do this all these steps, ensure nodes are online 24/7 365. Before,
hmm,
people
hmm,
used to make node and forget about it. Now they have
hmm,
to see, like every two
hmm,
three days, 4 5 days, you have to see whether your reputation is still there or not.
hmm, hmm,
And
hmm,
that is the reason we kept such a low staking amount from the beginning, because we thrive on them, you know.
hmm,
So
hmm,
basic, the whole sole idea of keeping staking requirement for node low was to attract maximum number of storage node, which create robust backbone of network. So it is very
hmm,
important to have a healthy node for storage, Storex, or I mean for the even strong network. We had always been informing storage node operator to keep healthy reputation. Some nodes were
hmm,
continuously ranking lowers, posting threats to the complete ecosystem. Hence,
hmm,
these nodes were made ineligible. Otherwise, other people will suffer, no? Whose
hmm,
nodes are fine.
hmm, hmm. Yeah,
So we
Harry, one
stopped
more
giving.
thing.
It is
Sorry.
ineligible. We don't stop. I mean, it is
Hmm,
ineligible. So they, once
hmm,
their node will be again eligible, they will get rewards.
hmm, hmm. So, one thing, Handy, because we did get quite a few comments on things like, I mean, I know you have explained that, but just so that we're a little bit more clearer on it, there were quite a few comments on that my server was up 24 by 7, no disconnection, etc., and still it got kind of mute, right?
Mhm.
So, what would be your advice if you could list them one by one out here? That what would your advice be to the community members who are looking to deploy the new nodes?
Okay, my. Yeah, I mean, I don't advise anybody because I'm not very old man. Like, you should always advise somebody when you are having 7 lives at least. This is my first life, but I
But
would suggest.
you've set up this what should I say, this decentralized cloud storage network, right?
Yeah. No,
So
I'm competing with Amazon, and I have no problem with saying that. I'm very clear-minded. Okay,
uh,
whether it's a Dropbox, a lot of people they compare us with Filecoin also. I mean, if you
uh,
see this is my second interview. If Mr.
mm,
Blockchain 22's first interview, you will see they all compared me in the media also with the Filecoin, and it is none of my business with whom they compare me.
mm,
My I don't give advice, but my suggestion would be very
yeah,
simple. Maintain a best quality storage nodes and
mm,
ensure nodes are online 24/7 365. ensure that
Hmm.
you have sufficient number of Storex token in case in your Storex wallet in case you need to put extra. Like for
Hmm.
example, now when we started it was 1000, but now
Hmm.
this if the node increases that the slab is different, no? So
Hmm.
right now I think it's 3500 or something if you want to create one node. Before
Hmm.
it reached 5000, but then few nodes got eliminated, or you can say
Hmm.
ineligible. So
Hmm.
now the requirement also reduced, no? We
Hmm.
reached
Hmm.
till 5000 or 5000, even I think 6000. I'm not sure
Hmm.
exact amount what was the amount, but now it's less amount and the price is also low. So
Hmm.
you have to make sure that you have this all these Storex
Hmm.
tokens in your wallet.
Hmm.
Ensure your server OS and security patches are up to date, because
Hmm.
those server people, they won't contact you and tell you anything. You have to check, no?
So
Select multi.
if
Sorry.
I've got you right handy, I
Yeah.
do understand about maintaining your best quality storage nodes 24 by 7, having maybe the software patches, updates, etc. All of them would be, let's say, fixed, right?
Okay. Yeah.
The thing which I find dynamic out here is the number of staking tokens. Am I
Yeah.
correct
Yeah. Yeah.
in summarizing that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So earlier, let's say what you said is when the network was small, you had 1,000 as your staking amount, minimum staking amount, then
Yeah.
5,000, then 3,500. Because last when I checked onto your website, it spoke about a minimum of 5,000 Storex
Yeah, yeah,
tokens as
Minu,
per
let
the
me explain you how it changed. It
Hmm.
doesn't work like 1000, 5000, 3000. No. First, it
Okay.
was 1000.
Fine.
And
Yeah.
once there are 1000 nodes, the staking amount increased to 1500. So once
Okay.
there were 1500 staking, and that slab was given in advance.
Hmm. Okay.
And
Hmm.
that also community members suggested that we should not
Hmm.
increase it directly to 5000. We should have
Hmm.
a slab. And we took
Hmm.
the suggestion.
Hmm.
And if the moment node became 2000 node, so staking amount minimum was 2500.
Okay.
And then 2500 node staking amount was 3000.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
works like that. But then, now it's, I think, 3500. You saw it was, I don't know when you saw, even I'm not sure what is the staking, because I don't create node myself.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So it probably it is 4000 or 3500 or 4500.
Yeah. No, I just saw it from your website on under the farming notes, but yeah, I get the gist of that.
Okay.
Okay. So Hattie, let's get on to this thing. So, if I can say before getting on to the next, or rather moving on to the next question,
Hmm.
again, which has garnered a lot of response,
Hmm.
is on communication
Okay.
and the need for a consistent dialogue.
Okay.
So, how I see it is that you have on one side all these questions about the nodes getting ineligible, let's say, the reputation being reset, maybe leading to some frustration amongst the users, etc.
Hmm.
And here you have explained about how it functions, the reputation and stuff, and how you could have a healthy node. On the other
Okay.
side, in this forum that you have explained, do
Okay.
you think that there has been a communication gap which has led to these questions being unanswered or people feeling that they have not been addressed? Do you
No,
see there is some kind of a communication gap? And is there going to be a PR, or is there a PR person or a contact person which people can resort to or address whenever they come across these issues?
okay. See, this is a decentralized economy. First
Eh,
thing.
yeah.
Okay. This is the first thing. We feel that all Storex community members, including our node operators, can work with Storex to grow marketing and communication.
Hmm.
There are many community members who have been promoting the project.
Hmm.
We urge our community members to play a vital role in growing the community. We have also announced many bounties
Hmm. Hmm.
for marketing and promoting SRX network.
Hmm. Hmm.
We try to keep all the information in public and plan to work on a regular newsletter also to keep community updated.
Is there a newsletter right now handy?
No, no, we are planning. We are in
Okay.
process to
Okay.
start a newsletter to keep the community updated, along with some more AMS in future.
Hmm. Hmm.
This is
Hmm.
my second AMA. You can
Yeah.
imagine why I don't have time, because now, how do I say? Because I'm not allowed to speak so many things because of
Yeah.
NDA, and some things
Yeah.
are in execution and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why I don't speak to anybody except you and this guy who took my first interview. It was on a first month.
Yeah.
There must be some reason, no? People should ask this question to themselves. Why
Yeah.
this guy doesn't talk?
Hmm.
He knows how to talk. Why he doesn't get time? Because we are busy creating so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do understand that, especially
And
when
and, and, and and Minu, let me tell you one more thing. How
hmm,
does it look to you when Bitcoin founder, as per white paper Satoshi Nakamoto, you tell him that you have a PR agency? How does it look up like a guy like this? He says, "Everybody, please buy my Bitcoin." Do you know what I mean? This is a
hmm,
very special network, and it is the best in the world right
hmm,
now. Also,
hmm.
so that is the reason I mean I don't keep giving interviews, and communication is always there with all the Discord channels. We try to give as many answer as we can, no?
Yeah, yeah. I just have one comment on that, Handy, and that's from my experience on the communities, etc. Is I think, yeah, the especially in the decentralized world, community is a very key factor for the growth of the product or the project. In the my experience is that when we are talking about projects which have matured, right, the
Hmm.
community has scaled up, they know the ins and outs, etc.
Hmm.
They're the kind of communication or ambassadors from the community thing, they work pretty well. But when we are
Hmm.
talking about, a project which is still in the nascent stage, and they're bound to be teething problems, I would say,
Hmm.
especially when
Okay.
you're talking about dealing with a very complex technology, right?
Okay.
So in that stage, people are trying to navigate their way around, and not everybody is tech savvy. And here in that stage, everybody would like to have some kind of not exactly a face, but at least a voice or a letter or something, a word, with which they can bounce off their questions, their problems can be issued, etc. So I
Hmm.
do feel that, especially in the earlier stages, from the project developers,
Hmm.
maybe some kind of a thing which helps to address this communication, address the
Okay.
users' issues, etc. That could help. And later on, once the community scales up, it thrives, etc. Of course, it's a networking thing, and the community, the communication goes by itself in that decentralized community. I mean,
Okay.
it's not my opinion on that. That's
No,
about it.
Minu, I will take your opinion into consideration, and that is one of the reasons we are gonna start a regular newsletter. It's a 4 months
Yeah,
old project, and
yeah.
everything is in the pipeline. And
Mm,
also, I didn't think you wait too long. You gave
No.
me message, and I replied you very quickly. That is the reason I sent you my picture. I didn't have time to even wear a coat. It's very easy for me to buy a Burberry and Hugo Boss coat. It's not a big deal, but it's a matter of time. No, I replied you very fast,
Mm,
and whatever picture was available, I gave it to you.
mm, mm,
So it's like that. People say whatever about that picture. It's not my problem. My problem is what about the network. See, I
mm,
have to focus on my project, not on my appearance. No.
mm. Yeah, I don't, I would not consider that appearance, comments, etc. That's fine. We don't get into that.
No,
Let's
this.
start off. Sorry.
No, I mean about the availability. I mean, I replied you
Yeah, no,
hardly.
availability, I would, yeah, I agree with you. I sent you a request and you promptly accepted my request for the CMA. Thanks for that, honey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No
Yeah,
problem. You are
yeah.
welcome always.
But we are talking about the community communication. So, but yeah, that's the point is taken.
Okay,
So my next question, Handy, is about the governance team. Okay, the
okay,
governance of the network of the StorX project.
okay.
So who can join, or who can join the StorX governance team?
So see the major criteria for joining core governance team
Ah,
are being active with the community,
okay.
helping community member. Like for
Hmm.
example, Mr. BJ is there is one community member. He is there from the beginning.
Hmm.
I'm sure when the Storex governance will come, he will be part of the team. He is from
Hmm.
the first day. If not like for first day, but maybe you can say after 1 week. When we launched, and he's
Hmm.
still there.
Hmm.
His name is Bolaji. I don't know his Twitter handle because I don't even use Twitter very regularly unless there is something I have to reply. But so this is one of the thing. Keen to engage with community members, also helping them and seek partners and grow storage ecosystem.
Hmm.
And they should have invested in nodes or SRX tokens. Either you have a StorX nodes or SRX
Hmm.
nodes, or if you
Hmm.
don't have node, you should have at least invested in a tokens.
Okay. Is there any kind of a minimum amount or something that you can share here on that for being on the governance thing?
No. It is, see, the token
Uh,
amount minimum for the governance team. It's always, it's like, how do you say this? When you believe in the project, you are already
hmm,
part of the team. Now we just have
hmm,
to put their name. Whoever
hmm,
are their interest. I mean, I offered some guy, in the US, and he said that he's slightly busy with other project like XinFin XDC. Okay,
hmm,
so I gave him offer whether he would like to lead. Then he
hmm,
can choose whichever governance team he needs. But he
hmm,
was busy because he's now full time with XDC. So what
hmm,
can I do now? There is another guy in Germany. He wants to do it, and I said, okay, fine. We will, when we start it, you will join it. So
hmm,
so of course it's in the pipeline. I mean, that's what I told you.
hmm. Okay. Okay, so my last question out here would be that what is there on the 2022 roadmap, or are there any exciting things which are happening on StorX, something that you would be willing to share here on this forum?
They will kill me if I speak, anything. So now, but there are lots of stuff going on parallel which cannot be revealed right now due to NDA. Uh, but I can reveal one good news for the community that SRX is going to be listed on a very good exchange called Liquid very soon.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Anything else you can talk about for your roadmap?
No, our roadmap is like from the day one. It is this, we want to list in multiple exchanges, all top tier
Hmm.
one.
Hmm.
I don't know how many exchanges I have rejected.
Hmm.
I don't know. I am listed only, I mean, SRX is listed only on two exchange yet, with True
Hmm.
and BTC, which got
Hmm.
we listed last month, I guess. And now we are
Hmm.
going to get listed pretty soon in Liquid. You will see in couple of days, maybe, I don't know.
Hmm.
So many things, they should say it. I mean, I'm not allowed, but they post this news that we are listing SRX. That is how it works.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then there will be
Okay.
fourth one, which will be even bigger than Liquid. But now, how can I say everything? People wants to know everything right now. I mean, even movie making takes time of 1 year. You cannot reveal the whole story. And there is the legalities. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So that's why I said anything that you could share in this forum.
I already shared with you. I
Yeah.
mean, we are
Yeah.
gonna get listed pretty soon in Liquid.
Okay, good, good, good. So, is there anything else that you would like to share? Anything which I might have missed out on asking you, and you would like to mention or take the opportunity to speak in this forum? Something which you would like?
No, I mean, I just want to say I'm very grateful and thankful for all the community members who have supported SRX from the day one. When the price was up, down, there are few who are still supporting. So I'm very thankful and grateful for them. And the new members are coming. So I'm very grateful for them. I just want to say I'm very lucky and thankful for them. And also thank you to you for this communicating this to the this way. I mean, everybody can see at once. I don't have to reply every tweet or something like that. So I'm very grateful for you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so earlier in the conversation behind the thing, you had mentioned to me about you wanted me to run a short video. Do you want me to run it now?
Yeah, please do that. It will be nice.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll do that.
Thank you
One
very much.
second. You're welcome. 1 second, huh? Here goes.
Data storage industry is projected to exceed 80 billion US dollars in the next 4 years as a result of the rise of apps, mobile devices, and growth across blockchain, IoT, AI, and e-commerce. The storage market is split between mainstream providers like Amazon, Microsoft, Dropbox, and Google, and the new, more technically secure blockchain-backed decentralized storage networks like StorX. Though centralized storage is super convenient to use, being located at a central location gives enormous powers to your host, like snooping your data, restrict your data by censorship, disclose your data to third parties. Data could even be lost due to cyber attacks or hardware or network failure. Decentralized storage, on the other hand, is the collection of autonomous storage resources, governed by common storage management systems that provides rules about how data is to be stored, Since your data is never stored as a complete file in a single location, your data could never be snooped in or censored, disclosed to third parties, or even hacked. How does StorX work? User can upload the file to the StorX network using his unique login and password. In the background, the network generates a unique private key encrypts file and splits the files into multiple fragments and distributes the files across independent nodes spread worldwide. To ensure redundancy, multiple copies of these fragments are created, which ensures that if in case a node is unavailable, the data fragments could be retrieved from alternative nodes easily. Whenever users want to retrieve the files, he simply uses his login and password, which activates the private keys in background and reassembles the files and enables access. Native StorX tokens are used as the medium of payment in the network. Storage nodes are operated by individuals who have excess storage capacity and are rewarded native token StorX. In return for storage leased out to the network, storage nodes have to keep providing proof of storage to the platform at regular intervals. StorX platform distributed up to 80% of revenues collected from fees to storage nodes operators. StorX also offers handsome rewards for staking StorX tokens. So come be a part of StorX network. Register at storx.tech.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. So thanks a lot, Handy, and a lot of thanks to the community for posting your questions and for being a part of this session. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Handy.
Bye. Have a nice day.
You too. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Bye-bye. Stay safe.
Bye.
Yes.